Hi, this is Mary Beth with StampinWithMB.com. Today we're going to be making this ever so cute little card using the Come Sail Away suite. More importantly, we're going to be using as the basis of our card the Memories and More card pack. Now what's nice about this suite is, number one, you can buy everything under the sun, an entire suite with just one 6-digit number, or you can buy pieces of it. And some of these things you may already have in your little stash of goodies with the cards that you already make. You can always mix it up and use something or adjust if you don't have all the elements in the entire suite. So there are elements, there are bundles, and there's the big suite. So today, once again, we're going to be using some of the images from the Memories and More card pack, and then we're going to be using a couple of the other items that you can find in the entire suite. So once again, okay, let's get started making this ever so cute little card. I'll show you the elements that we've used to put this together. One thing I will tell you is that I am going to add a white layering base underneath this to make the card pop a little bit more, but you'll get the idea once we put this card together. We're going to start with a piece of Sahara sand that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have 2 Whisper White pieces cut at 4 by 5 1/4. One's going to be for the outside, that layering piece that I just mentioned. The other piece is going to be for the inside. I have 2 pieces of paper from the Memories and More card pack. Once again, $11.5 to get a whole pack. I think you get 85 pieces of paper, some larger, some smaller, some die cuts, some little tags that you can get out of it. But we're going to use these 2 little pieces of paper and layer them. We also need a little scrap of Whisper White so that we can stamp out our sentiment. I have some navy blue baker's twine that we're going to use to wrap around our card. And I'm going to pick a little element out of our trinket kit. I'll use the little steering wheel here, but those are the items that we're going to use for this card. The inks that we'll use will be Soft Suede and Night of Navy. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take my little piece of Whisper White and get my Soft Suede ink and ink up the phrase "Congrats." That's the one that I'm going to use here. And give that a nice press. And we will take that and cut that out with our little die. Look at that, a nice stitched shape die. That's what that looks like. Always close up your inks. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, pretty simple here. We're going to take our Sahara sand base, make sure we've got it facing the right way. We're going to take our layering Whisper White. I have a ton of Fast Fuse. This was if you haven't been around, it's an adhesive that's very, very sticky. And I live not far from the cornfields in Illinois. And what I learned, I'm also a weather fanatic, is that corn in the fields actually help with us having a lot of humidity. Oh, yay us. So I found that a nice sticky adhesive was a great thing so that all my layers would always stick. So we've got that. I think that's nice and bright. We're going to take our little piece here with the stripies. We're going to give those a nice coat of Fast Fuse. And I want to try and, I'm going to anchor this up to the left. And then let's not forget, I need to take my navy blue baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap this around my card a couple of times. I don't know how many inches I had here. Let's see. It's probably about 16 inches of baker's twine. I think this is one of the nice little things that you can put on a card. Not that expensive, and actually I think I only want to wrap it around twice. Oh, forgive me for that little faux pas. I'll have a little bit to cut off. Okay, so we're making that little bow. Just enough of a tail there. We're gonna snip this guy off. Next thing we're gonna do is take a little bit of our green glue, and I wanna get this guy kind of anchored and just glob a little bit on it. It'll dry clear. Nobody will ever see it. Got a lot of action going on in this card. So I've got that ready. I'm going to let that get a little tacky. I'm going to take my fast fuse. Sometimes you have to give it a little start here. When you start a new one of these runners, they're really smooth and they get gummed up a little bit the more you use them. Anyway, let's get our card back in frame here, and let's get this so that we've kind of got some even borders. I think that looks pretty good. And we're going to get that down. Now, our little escapee here, that was our wheel, just gonna get him to stick. I am now going to come in, and once again, so there's my greeting. I'm going to get some dimensionals. How do you like that? They just flew right over. That was very convenient. Stick 2 of those on, and that will be the pop on the outside of our card. And I'm going to do this just so comes a little bit over. Let's make sure he's straight. Comes up a little over our anchored. So that is the front of our card. Let's straighten this guy out. There you go. I think that looks pretty nice. See, 2 different looks, but I think the white kind of made that pop in a nice sort of way. Let's get started on the inside of our card. I'm actually going to work on a border here, so I'm going to turn this guy so it's a little easier for me to use him. And I am going to use, out of our stamp set, this nice little rope. And I'm going to use Sahara sand. And I'm going to use that just because it's a little bit lighter and we don't need to take over the whole card with our border image. So I'm going to start in the center and give myself a nice image. I'm going to ink up again. I want the same amount of ink, and I'm going to overlap a little bit. Just the overlap isn't going to mess us up too much, but we've got a little bit of a gap there. I may fill that in with a little Stampin' Right marker. But as you can see, I've got some nice rope action going on the side of our card here. And the last thing that I'm going to do, this is the last of our stamping, is I'm going to take this image, Set Sail in the Direction of Your Dreams. I'm going to ink that up in Night of Navy and put that in the center of my card. I love that font. Don't you just love that? It is so nautical. This is just absolutely a super card. So let me bring back in, let's see how much ink I have in my card and see how much ink I can get on all the white paper. Haven't you ever done that before? I'm renowned. Look, I've already done it. So I'm going to try and be careful here. Where did my fast fuse go? So here we go. Get that on the back of our card. And I can see that I'm still pretty inky. So I'm going to very carefully put this down. And I'm not going to rub this in unless I've got a nice clean finger, which I have. So there we go. We've got a little bit of a blotch there. I do want to show you something. Where did my little eraser go? I've got this thing. It's a mono eraser. You can get them. It's a sand eraser, and you can get them on Amazon. They're only a couple of bucks. I think it's a 2-pack. But when you make a boo-boo like that and you don't want to redo the whole card, while the ink is still kind of fresh, you can come in with your little eraser and erase some of the sins of your stamping. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this card. We have the outside of our card with a really nice inside. Very attractive little card, not expensive to make, very minimal supplies, and it's quick. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're interested in any of the products that I've shown you in this catalog, feel free to go to my online store. You can access that if you go to stampinwithmb.com, and you'll see a link over to the left to get to my online store, and watch for more videos on YouTube. Please subscribe to the little by hitting the subscribe button, and you can turn on and hit the little bell, and then you will be notified when I have new videos. I hope to get more and more out there and show you just how much fun this catalog can be and all the wonderful tools that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. Have a great day.